All right, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to completely demystify the structure of a perfect paragraph today. I know, we all read and write them literally every single day, but have you ever stopped to actually think about how they're built? Well, today we're treating paragraph writing like a five-piece architectural puzzle. By the end of this, you won't just see blocks of text, you'll see carefully constructed buildings.
Here's our master blueprint for today. First, the elements of a perfect paragraph. Second, mastering the topic sentence. Third, finding the topic sentence. Fourth, unity and coherence. And finally, the concluding sentence. All right, section 1, elements of a perfect paragraph. This is our master blueprint. So here are the 5 essential building blocks we're working with. The first 3, the topic sentence, supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence, these form the actual physical framework of our paragraph. They're the walls and the roof. Now the last 2, unity and coherence, those act as the invisible mortar holding everything together. Honestly, without all 5 of these elements, the whole structure's just going to crumble the second your reader puts any weight on it. Moving on to section 2, mastering the topic sentence, laying the foundation. Okay, before we start pouring concrete, we need to know what a topic sentence actually is on a technical level. First off, it absolutely must be a complete sentence. No fragments, no loose titles. It requires a subject, a verb, and a complement. And a complement is just a word or maybe a group of words that completely finishes the meaning of that verb. Setting this up establishes the strict grammatical boundaries of our entire foundation. This really illustrates the 2 core parts of that foundation. On the left, we're naming the main subject, like driving in Lahore or Sri Lanka. But those are way too broad on their own. Imagine trying to write everything about Sri Lanka in one paragraph. No way. So we use the controlling idea on the right to rein it in. Driving in Lahore requires skill and nerves of steel. Sri Lanka is famous for its tea gardens. That controlling idea tells your reader exactly what specific slice of the topic you're going to focus on. Which brings us to section 3, finding the topic sentence, hide and seek. Let's play a quick game of hide and seek, shall we? Take a look at this short excerpt about a study table. Skim through it and see if you can spot where the writer actually hid the main general idea. It's buried in there with all those highly specific details about drawers, pens, and paper. Did you catch it? What's super interesting here is that the foundation is laid right out of the gate. The topic sentence is literally the very first sentence. My study table is well organized. All those other sentences that follow, the drawers, the paper, they're just the structural support. They provide specific details to prove that initial controlling statement. Now, here's a bit of a curveball. What if a paragraph kicks off with a question? Like, do you have problems with sleeping? Can that question serve as our structural foundation? The answer is a massive no. A question is fundamentally asking, not stating, so it absolutely cannot act as your foundation. If a paragraph starts like that, the real topic sentence is almost certainly going to follow right after it, stating something like, by following a few simple guidelines, many sleep problems can be avoided. That statement is what actually controls the rest of the paragraph. Let's look at another one, this time about worldwide communications and, homing pigeons. Try to spot the foundation here. Remember, we are hunting for the most general statement that controls all the specific details around it. Okay, if you guessed the middle sentence, you absolutely nailed it. See, the first 2 sentences are just an entryway. They lead you right up to the true topic sentence, hidden dead in the middle. And notice how brilliantly it's flagged by that pivot word, however. Everything after that sentence exists just to support the idea of pigeons being a slower method of communication. Let's try just one more. Read through this paragraph about home computer forecasts and pay attention to how the sentences logically stack on top of one another. Where is the general statement controlling all these specific predictions? Surprise! In this case, the foundation is basically laid at the very end. The topic sentence is the final sentence. It acts as the ultimate destination for all those earlier details about shopping, voting, and shorter work weeks. So, as you're building your own paragraphs, just keep in mind your topic sentence can sit at the beginning, hang out in the middle, or wait for you right at the very end. All right, section 4, unity and coherence, the invisible mortar. Let's talk about unity first. Simply put, unity means only one main idea gets stated in the topic sentence, and literally every supporting sentence has to develop that exact idea. Think of Unity as a super strict bouncer at the door of your paragraph. If your topic sentence is about the effects of TV on society, Unity makes sure you don't accidentally let in a random sentence about the invention of television. If a sentence doesn't directly support the controlling idea, the bouncer kicks it right out to the curb. Then we've got coherence. This is that smooth flow that makes reading feel absolutely effortless. You get coherence by organizing your supporting sentences in a totally logical order, maybe chronological, maybe by importance, but crucially, you achieve it by using the right transitional words to link those ideas together seamlessly. It's how you safely guide your reader from one thought to the next with zero jarring bumps or confusing jumps. Which brings us to our final structural piece, Section 5, the concluding sentence, or putting on the roof. Now, a concluding sentence is super helpful, but strictly speaking, it's not essential for every single paragraph you write. Still, putting a solid roof on your building is incredibly beneficial. It clearly signals the end of your build to the reader using transition words like finally or to sum up. And more importantly, it leaves them with a final, memorable comment on your topic that really sticks. One of the best ways to build that roof is by using a technique called mirroring. Notice how this concluding sentence perfectly mirrors its topic sentence. It repeats the main idea, that synonyms aren't exactly identical, but it does so using slightly different phrasing. That effectively seals the paragraph shut, reinforcing the main point one last time before the reader moves on. Or, if you prefer, your roof can just summarize a really dense paragraph with a quick, punchy statement. Look at this text. Thus, it is quite easy to form the habit of economy. That's a perfect, concise roof finishing up a paragraph that just listed a bunch of steps for saving money. It signals the end loud and clear with the word thus and wraps the whole concept up in a neat little bow.
Okay, wrapping things up with our conclusion, the 15-minute blueprint challenge.
We've laid the foundation, built the walls, mixed the invisible mortar, and put a solid roof right on top. Now it's your turn. This is the 15-minute blueprint challenge. Pick just one of the 3 topics listed here. You've got exactly 15 minutes to build a 4 to 5 sentence paragraph entirely from scratch, using the exact formula we just went over. Write a strong topic sentence with a clear controlling idea, add your unified, coherent supporting details, and cap it off. But before you start, ask yourself this. If a single paragraph is a carefully constructed building, what kind of massive, world-changing city could you build once you master an entire essay? Grab a pen, set your timer, and let's find out.